weekend.
It's part of the first annual Bands Not Bombs benefit concert. It's going to highlight the work of the Mid-South Peace and Justice Center, along with a number of other groups in the area. They are coming together. They are dedicated to social justice and human rights.
And Jacob Flowers with the Peace and Justice Center joins us this morning. Bands Not Bombs, great title.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to see everybody again.
Tell us about the event. Will there also be speakers? I mean, is it just a consciousness raising kind of fundraising or awareness, or what is it?
Well, we've been thinking about doing a benefit festival for some time, and what we really wanted to try to do was not just have a musical event that featured all local artists. We wanted to have a community-wide event. So in addition to the music, there will be a lot of consciousness raising. There are over a dozen other local social justice organizations that will be there spreading their messages of peace and justice. Local restaurants will be serving food.
There are a dozen organizations in this area?
Oh, at least.
How come we haven't heard about them? They need to get some marketing.
They do. Well, that's one of the reasons why we're doing a benefit, is that it does cost money to do this work. And while there are over a dozen, that's not enough. That's not enough for us to do the intense kind of work to achieve peace through justice here in Memphis. So, you know, we're getting together not only to raise funds, but to also have fun. 364 days out of the year, we work to promote social change here in Memphis, Tennessee. So at least one day of the year, we're going to take a day off, relax, and fellowship together.
What are some of the things you do to promote change and make a difference?
Well, you know, at the Peace and Justice Center, we've been working at this for over 26 years, and we do a broad range of things, everything from planting urban gardens to opposing the privatization of our prisons here in Memphis, Tennessee. So, you know, we like to think that we fill the hole and the gaps left by other social justice organizations here in Memphis by just really doing grassroots-style community organizing.
How did you get involved in this personally? I mean, how old were you when you woke up and realized, you know, that's a lot of unfairness?
It's an interesting story. My parents were involved in the Peace and Justice Center when I was a child. Actually, when I was born, they were already becoming involved. So I spent my childhood licking envelopes and folding newsletters up in the offices. And, you know, as many young people here in Memphis, we want nothing more than to get out of Memphis for a while once we graduate high school. So I left Memphis after high school, deciding I wouldn't, it was the last time I was coming back here. And I went to college to learn how to do social justice work. And once I had been educated on the philosophies and the practicalities of doing this work, I realized there's really no better place to come back and do this work than your hometown, a place that you know, and a place that I've really come to love over the years. I mean, Memphis is an amazing place culturally, historically, and now I think that Memphis, Tennessee, the place where Dr. King was killed, the place where that scar was made, many people think this is the perfect place for us to start that healing, for us to do some innovative things here to really lift up our city.
And to continue his fight for economic justice, because that's really what he was working harder than ever on.
Oh, of course, and that's why we have fought along with the Mid-South Interfaith Network for living wages in this city for the past 5 years, and we've had a lot of victories, but there's obviously a lot more work to do.
Yeah, and one great way to reach all of the masses is through music.
That's right, because that one fun day is still going to be getting the word out, which is what you're all about. So up next?
We have Pez.
Now, you thought it was just a candy.
I did, but they can rock.
All right, so stay tuned. Music from Pez next.
They've come from across America for a chance at fame and fortune.
Is one of a dozen groups playing for peace on the lawn of Galloway Methodist Church.
Indeed. In fact, the guys in Pez have a long history of being activists for peace and justice in the Mid-South themselves. We'll talk about that with them in just a moment. But first, here they are. Put your listening ears on, Pez.
to let you know we're on to your game, and we know your name, and we can walk away. So your promises are hard, no. Get on it, get on it. But I listen and I know what you've given us today. It's not good enough to keep the people of the fight. Numbered all your days, maybe in the millions, but the number's just the same. It's the night of the day. Watch us walk away. In your bed and field of life, would I give you much today? Somebody's soul out there itself with a heart burning.
No, Pez is not just a candy. Bands, Not Bombs, Saturday, June 7th, 1 till midnight over at Galloway Church. There is the address there on your screen, midsouthpeace.org. Can you hear Mary Beth?
Well, let me put it this way. I can understand why you wear earplugs, Marvin.
Yeah, I've just gotten used to wearing earplugs no matter what type of monitors I have, so.
Marvin, introduce us to the group.
Sure. I'm Marvin Stockwell, and when I'm not doing public relations for the Church Health Center, I'm the guitar player and singer for Pez. This is Ceylon Mooney on the drums.
And a recent award winner.
Yes.
Let's talk about that in a moment.
Christian Walker on the bass.
Hi, Christian.
And Anthony Syracusa, a full-time Rhodes student and Revolutions Community Bicycle Shop founder.
Excellent. And can everybody hear me okay? No, I'm just teasing you. No, I'm giving. Tell me about the new LP. It's actually a, what do you call it, a split?
Vinyl LP with our friends While I Breathe, I Hope, coming out in about 6 weeks to 2 months.
And part of the money going to?
Absolutely. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Peace and Justice Center. It's coming out on the Makeshift labels. It's a co-release between two labels, Makeshift Music and Smith 7, both labels with a history of, investment in the community.
Well, and that's a great way to put it, investment in the community, and applause to all the work you all do at the Church Health Center. What a fabulous organization. Well, and aren't you proud to be sharing the stage with this young man?
I'm proud to be in a band with this man.
Recently
yes, sure.
won the Gerard Vanderhaar Student Peace Award at CBU. For your work in Voices in the Wilderness. Wheels for Justice, is that the bus tour that you're involved with? Tell us what Wheels for Justice does.
Wheels of Justice is probably the largest peace education campaign in the United States. What we do is we have a biodiesel-powered bus, soon to be a vegetable oil-powered bus.
Really?
Yeah,
very cool.
We're converting it this summer. And it travels around the country, bringing first-person accounts from war and occupation in Iraq and Palestine to communities all over the United States. We work with a lot of different organizations to make this happen. We have speakers who come from the peace movement, who come from the Middle East and peace communities over there. We have speakers who come from the U.S. Armed Forces, who speak on behalf of their firsthand experiences with war and occupation.
Right, and it is very different from what, many times very different from what they expected. What got you involved in all this at such a young age?
I took a religion course at Christian Brothers University under Pete Gackey called Contemporary Religious Thought. We covered Gandhi, King, and Malcolm X, the three greatest 20th century prophets, in my opinion. So I asked Pete, where are they now? Because we have war, we have terror, we have poverty, we have all sorts of economic injustices, exploitation of labor, things like that we had in the early 20th century and as far back as human history goes. So I say, where are they now? And he says, well, there's many organizations that do similar work to combat war and occupation, injustice,
But
and
we
the fight
need
for
folks
peace.
like you to step up and do the work on the ground, right?
Well, the reason
That's
we
very-
don't have peace is because we don't have enough peacemakers, and we need to be willing to speak out. We also need to be willing to take the very same risks that those who participate in armed conflict take.
Terrific. Thank you so much. Congratulations
pleasure.
on your
Thank you.
award. All right, Pez, they'll play again at the end of the show, and we put all the information on the screen of the event for Mid-South Peace and Justice and all the organizations. We'll be back in just a second.
Pursue God's greatness through holiness. Summer Crusade 2008 at the Breath of Life Christian Center, June 9th through the 13th. 7.
Suckers leave.
I bet you wore seersucker when you were 3,
When I
but
was
probably
3?
not after that. We are going to have a seersucker fashion show for those hot summer days and healthy beef from Happy Cows.
Really?
Seriously, there's a ranch here in Memphis, very organic, all grass-fed, very healthy beef.
Even
And
when
it's
you're
right
eating
here in
them?
Memphis. Yeah, they're not so happy once they're on the
I
plate,
think the happiness fades.
but you'll be happy if you eat the beef. All
We're
right.
going to be happy this morning because we have more Pez.
That's right. And they're playing next weekend at an event, and there's all the information on the screen. Bands Not Bombs. It's an awareness-raising event for peace. And there is all the information. And Saturday, June 7th. Guys, take us on out.
It's not enough to say I love you, 'cause words can take you just so far. Hollywood storybook can make you lazy really quick, and I can tell you now and set you up to fall. It's not enough. It's never enough. It's not enough. Whoa, it's not enough. Make commitments to pledge your freedom. The people who say that they don't really know you. I had to learn what comes first, and you do. Nothing in this world is gonna sway me.